Dark Silence Reviews.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Dark Silence from Dark Silence Reviews, coming at you with a segment for the customization in MX versus ATV Legends. So there's a little bit of customization, but there's not too much variety in this game. Basically, you can buy anything from these selected helmets, basically, and you could customize the color and the not the graphic designs, but basically just the colors of the color scheme for each and every item that you got. But it's going to cost you a little bit of money depending on the parts that they let you customize. You customize everything down to the color of the goggles, to the color of the the plates around it, to the color of your goggles themselves. The gear set is also customizable. You can customize your color on every single little piece of equipment that you get. They do vary depending on how much you spend. I believe it's like 100 per each and every one, and they're basically set in stone designs. Otherwise, according to what we got here in the gear sets, there's not very many variety. We got brands like Alpine Stars, Rainbow Motorsport, THQ Nordic, obviously, since they were the publishers of the game. We got Phoenix, Fast House, but there's not very many. There's Fox, and the designs basically on the clothing are basically set in stone. The only thing that isn't set is the color. So there's not much you can do there. There's Gold Edition. We got Troy Lee, 7. So the variety is very slim. Maybe with DLC or something at a later date, you'll be able to see a little bit more difference there. Uh, you can also, be male or female, depending on what gender you want to be. But there's no real difference in, the biker. You name it, and that's set in stone. So there's not much you can do with the boots. There's only a certain amount of them. Like I said, a good majority of them are Fox. You'll find an off-brand from time to time where like you'll see like maybe like one or two designs for certain boots and stuff, but they won't have the same for like clothing and a couple other things. I think the gloves are the ones that they went kind of all out on. You can also customize the color for each and every glove too, I believe. It's really just the helmet and the gear set that you can change the color to. The gloves, the boots are set in stone. It looks like. Yeah, we got 7. We got FXR. Troy Lee. So not very many brands, give or take maybe 5 or 6 brands tops. You can customize your name and your number, and that's really about it when it comes to customization for your character. The garage is a little bit more diverse. I feel like depending on the bike or whatever color of whatever vehicle you get, not color, you can customize it quite a bit. You can tune the parts, basically. We got some parts here, customization and tuning. You upgrade the bike based on like however it is per bike. You obviously have to upgrade per bike. And then the colors is also something that you can customize here. We can customize the brake colors. We can customize the wheel. The wheel colors are actually very customizable, which is pretty cool. That's the inside of the wheel right there, if you notice it. It still costs 100 to customize that as well. The sprockets, you can customize the color to the sprockets. We got the exhaust that you can change the color to. You can barely see it, but it changes the color inside there. Got the wheels. like I said as well, that you can change the color to. You can change the inner rim, which is pretty cool. The stock color. And then obviously the wheel itself, I believe, the inside of the wheel right there. Middle piece of the wheel. The handlebars, obviously you can customize those colors as well. It's set in stone with designs as well, so keep that in mind. Just all the little parts that you can change the color to. So it's a little bit more diverse than your character. I would say, you know, there's a little bit of color customization. There's just not very much when it comes to like brand customization. Like I said, at most you'll find like 5 or 6 brands tops for the game. And then you can customize obviously the plastics here. Okay, so the parts, the tuning basically. So the parts in the game are going to vary. You can basically customize each and every part you get, but it's really just name brand stuff. I hadn't noticed too much difference there, so customization is very light in this one, I would say. Everything's kind of just set in stone. So very light. Not much difference in the details, but enough to like kind of notice it. Enough just, you know, when you're customizing it. When you're racing in game, you probably won't notice too much of that stuff. It's just basically visual in your head. You remember where you customize and stuff. Anyhow, that about wraps up the customization, the parts, and the tuning, basically. The tuning is also another portion of the game. You're kind of locked into each and every part. You got level 1, 2, and 3 for each and every part in opposite directions, depending on what they do. And that's really about it. It'll tell you what the price is on the side right there, 1,400. Usually about $1,000 per every little item, up to like 1,900 almost, depending on the car and the bike. And there's not very many vehicles either to choose from. That's another thing I'm gonna cover here in this customization, color, and what you can do with the bikes and stuff. There's only a certain amount. I believe they give you quite a few items for free, so you can bear that. You got to just bear that in mind, that there isn't so much diversity. So we got a couple 250s, our 2-strokes, and then you got some 4-stroke, and then you have a couple of the UTVs. There isn't very many UTVs you can buy. There's more bikes, obviously, more bikes than anything, and there's a couple ATVs that you can buy, and that's really about it. They all cost about 20K, depending for the cars here, 23K and up, 22, and then 20, and that's basically it for all the vehicles. And then we got the 9,000 here for every bike. There's quite a few bikes. I mean, there's a mountain of bikes that you can buy. And then there's just a few ATVs and UTVs that you can buy. So that's really it. Everything's set in stone. I know that there's not as diverse as probably some people were hoping, but you know, it's been a couple years since we've had one of these games come out, so I'm kind of okay with at least something. Maybe some future DLC will release extra vehicles or a mountain of vehicles. We never know. It's still pretty early. Anyhow, if you like this video for customization and what's available to you bike-wise and everything, remember, please like, share, follow, subscribe. Happy gaming, everyone, and thank you all for watching.